All right, guys, we got audio, we got video. That's my desktop you're looking at right there. Let's go ahead and alt-tab into the game. I am streaming pretty late tonight. That's not what I had planned, but that's just kind of how it turned out. But going forward, I'm going to try and be earlier than the current time. Okay, so to explain a little bit, the last stream was really, there's a lot of frame skipping, even though my stream connection was really good and we had no dropped frames. I found out why. It's because I had MSAA ×8 activated. So by deactivating that, I did a test stream and it seemed to work. So we'll see if that's how it actually goes down today. Hopefully that's how it works for the stream. But I went and recorded episode number 1. I just kind of started the game over and I did everything I had done during the stream, except that I also was able to accomplish the secondary goal of finding the Wi-Fi transmitter, the comm booster that they used. So that may play a role in the future, because that was a secondary objective that I was not able to do during the stream that I did do whenever I recorded. So if today's stream goes bad, then I'll probably be doing the same thing. I'll record an episode 2 and put that up in place of it. Okay, let's investigate what we got here. Hydraulic micro pump, we can sell that. So I guess we will. We're in our room, we can...
Oh, yeah! You know, before that little musical interlude.
that guy, the conspiracy theory guy. We got crafting parts. Movable trash bin, okay. I know that there's a... Oh, we got blinds.
Open blinds.
Good morning, Adam. You have one new message.
From?
David Sarif.
Play it.
Adam, it's David. I know it's been a while, but after what happened in Prague yesterday... Look, son, whatever reasons you've had for not getting in touch these last 2 years, well, life's too short. I'm leaving for London soon, but give me a call.
You saved his vidcall number?
Yes, Adam. Just activate your TV system.
Okay. Good to know. We gotta talk with Sarif. Here we have a stash, false floor. Ebook. Jensen, since there's no point trying to convince you not to do what you're planning to do, I figured I could at least stop you from getting killed too quickly. That is, after all, why you constantly come to me for help, isn't it? I think I know who this is. I recognize this tone. This device contains data I've collected, links which may or may not support your theory that extremely wealthy individuals have manipulated events and caused everything bad that's happened to us. Maybe sifting through it will let you find them. Pritchard, of course. Is that it? Oh, Congress under pressure to reconvene human augmentation hearings. The hearings were suspended after a terrorist attack at Sarif Industries claimed the lives of leading researchers. Okay. Reconvene human augmentation hearings. Okay. Pro-human activists raid Sarif factory and take hostages. This marks the second time in 6 months that an attack has been directed against the biotechnology firm. Taiyang Medical continues global expansion. The Shanghai-based augmentation developer increased its market share by 7.3% this week by purchasing yet another human-enhanced firm. Okay, so we apparently didn't do anything to slow Taiyang down in human revolution. They've only gotten stronger since. Anti-augmentation riots erupt worldwide. The violence began after Picus News released grainy satellite footage of scientists performing torturous experiments on augmented super soldiers. Wow. Torturous experiments on augmented super soldiers. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's why they would be anti-augmentation, that they're saying that you're dehumanizing people. And look at the experiments that you're willing to perform in the name of science to try and push us forward to an unknown, uncharted future. I think that's what their position would be. World Health Organization issues worldwide recall of biochips. The recall comes amid reports ranging from minor disturbances to potentially lethal defects. Oh man. Biochips. Minor disturbances to potentially lethal defects. Mechanically enhanced people are urged to visit their local limb clinics immediately. Oh, that sounds convenient. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely draw some parallels to real world from that. Key players to tour Pangaea hold augmentation debate. Hoping to end the growing controversy, billionaire Hugh Darrow has invited high-ranking government officials and key players in the human enhancement field to the Arctic. This stuff must have been what was happening as we were going there ourselves, right? Okay. Chaos reigns globally as augmented go insane. Okay, yeah, so this is all happening like while we were finishing up Human Revolution. All at once, augmented individuals around the world went crazy, attacking and killing everything in sight just as Darrow's broadcasted welcome speech began. That's what this right here accomplished. World Health Organization issues worldwide recall of biochips. The recall comes... So first, okay. Where was that at? Oh, it's in the same thing. Okay, my bad. The recall comes amid reports ranging from minor disturbances to potentially lethal defects. See, get scared. Get scared, get scared. If you have this stuff inside you, we have to do a recall because this could really, really mess you up without a patch, basically. Mechanically enhanced people are urged to visit their local limb clinics immediately. So they did, and these people uploaded the software into them that then later caused this. All at once, augmented individuals around the world went crazy, attacking and killing everything in sight just as Darrow's broadcasted welcome speech began. Recovery hopes dim as global death toll mounts. Densely populated, augmentation-friendly cities have suffered the most, although the damage has not been confined completely to them. World's #1 augmented private military corporation declares bankruptcy. Oh, wow. Already reeling from losses incurred during the AUG incident, Bell Tower Associates' fate was sealed when hackers linked to the Juggernaut Collective leaked details of a black site facility. Biotech industry collapses. Hard hit by both the Taggart Act and a variety of new local and international laws. Seraph Industries joined many of its competitors by closing its doors today. Man, I forgot about that. UN report predicts rise in terrorism, calls for Interpol task force to counter it, right? So, okay, so create the crisis. This would be the conspiracy theory angle. Create the crisis, provide the solution. But it's in reverse order. They want this to be a vehicle for passing more laws that get them more control, and so they then create the crisis that requires it. And the same thing with the medical industry. Create the remedy first, then unleash the disease. There was a Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise that covered that kind of concept. So because this game deals a lot with conspiracy theory, I'm thinking that's maybe what we're supposed to be not necessarily thinking, but we should be sort of a little bit of a red flag, like, was this contrived? To cope with rising violence and racism against AUGs, Racism? Really? That seems like the wrong word. I think I would just say prejudice. Because obviously if you're augmented, that's not a ethnicity. That's not a race. And it covers a multiple... This makes me think, like in the real world, how some people use... They call everything racist to the point of absurdity, where black people are being called racists. No, wait, what is it? They're called race traitors. They're called Uncle Toms. This is if they don't agree with the party line, right? And, oh, the big one, they're called... I'm sorry, I can't say it without laughing. I've seen it, though. I've seen this happen, at least online. I've never witnessed it in real life. Let's draw that distinction, because can we really believe that anything's real these days? I don't know. AI is doing some wonky stuff when it comes to writing articles and responding to things in social media. But there's video and stuff of people labeling black people out there that they disagree with as white supremacists. What? And Hispanic people have been labeled as white supremacists. So that's what this makes me think of. Is like you're using the word racism like too much, to the point that you're destroying the meaning of the word. Because if something means everything, then it means nothing, right? So anyway, racism against Augs. Governments all over the world are enacting harsh laws, but these laws will in fact only encourage more acts of terrorism. Okay, now it looks like that's all there is. I don't see... Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Page down brings us to page 2. How not to get yourself killed. Congress under pressure to reconvene human augmentation hearings. The hearings were suspended after... Wait, I read all this. Ah, okay. So you can either page through or you can just scroll down. So I scrolled down. There's next page right here also. Wow, I'm so tunnel visioned. Okay, so we're done. Here, let's click over to, and there we go. Okay, so what else do we have here? Is there anything else I can grab? Pocket secretary. Added to database, tab, hold to view. All right, if you're reading this, Breton, it means you got our little welcome package. Good. Now you know what mark to leave if you need to get in touch. Memorize those sites, but use them sparingly. We got other people using them too. Okay. Can I not? There we go. Mouse wheel didn't work at first. In a few days, the pilot will contact you. You met her once before. Spanish girl with the large sidearm in Detroit. She's solid. I don't remember this. Was this our pilot? That girl looked more Italian to me, but, you know, it's a cartoon. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Trustworthy and very capable. We're getting her false papers and a job at Lebedev Global. Figured you might need someone permanent watching your back. Malik, I think her name was. I can't remember. They showed us in the intro video. The 12-minute recap video. I'm glad you're doing this, Breton. I know you still don't trust us, but we know the task force is tied to our common enemy's activities. Find out how, and we'll bring them down together. Just like we did with Bell Tower. Q. Okay. So we have a mission to try and find out about task force. There's the welcome package. 1, 2, 3, 4 are 5 spots. 6 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we got these are safe locations, I guess. Pictures. I think we should probably go visit all of them. Maybe there's other stuff waiting at each location. It'll probably show up on our map as added story item. Oh, let's see here. We're gonna want to untick all of this stuff. So that we can tell when these flags show up that it's something new instead of something old. These are basically all the tutorials that we've encountered so far. Lethal, non-lethal, okay, gotcha. Control schemes, quick inventory, tap tab to access the inventory, okay. Accessing downloadable content. I've got all that stuff, by the way. The version of the game I got included it all. Here we go, story items. Whisper chip. Oh yeah, she gave us this. A technologically advanced listening device created by Janus. Okay. There's the welcome package. Yep, okay. Regroup before heading out. Prague has become a hotbed of terrorist activity. It's why Task Force 29 set up shop here. Arriving home from Dubai, I was meeting someone in secret when we both got caught in the latest attack. My system took a hit, but it seems trivial. I'll know more after a shower. So regroup before heading out. I'll need to report to Task Force 29 eventually, but I'll gather my thoughts and assess my injuries first. Okay. Alright, so all the inventory's been gone through. We can continue scouring here. Can we put this back in place? I guess not. Oh, I missed that. Oh yeah, this is for like buying stuff. Phone app. Okay. Access exclusive content. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not gonna play along, but it's a neat idea by company. Yeah, I checked it out already. Okay. Throwable, sellable stem processor chip. Ugh, stem cells. Crafting parts. Overclock software. Okay, I think that's gonna be everything then. I guess there's not a way to put this back in place. Okay, we'll head out into the living room. I had to clear my throat. Okay, we got pain meds. Oh wow, surveillance drones. So the police state has stood up. Interpol case file. The Juggernaut Collective originated in the early 2020s when a hacker named Eli posted a badly written call to arms type message on the darknet filled with misspellings and grammatical errors. It invited those disillusioned, misspelled, what those stranglehold 1%ers have on our word, I guess. Unless it's saying our world. Our world. Yeah, I think that's what it's saying. To join him in attacking, exposing, and spoiling their plots. The group first made Headlines in 2025 by hijacking atmospheric processors used by a popular weather artist in Paris. And sending hurricane force winds to decimate a Page industry-sponsored event. Hold on, what? The group first made headlines in 2025 by hijacking atmospheric processors used by a popular weather artist, so we can manipulate the weather now. And it's to such a point that artists are able to do this to create beautiful sunsets or whatever. Hurricane force winds, though, I mean, surely we wouldn't give artists the ability to do that. To decimate a Page industry-sponsored event. Around the same time, Eli was replaced online by a new nom de plume, Janus. I have to find out who Eli is. Originally in early 2020s, when a hacker named Eli posted a badly written call to arms type message on the darknet, group first made headlines hijacking artists, atmospheric processors. Okay. And then Eli was replaced by Janus. Efforts to ascertain the real-world identity of either hacker have thus far proven unsuccessful. Under Janus' leadership, the collective have become increasingly effective at bankrupting Fortune 500 companies, exposing governmental misdeeds, and in general making life difficult for the extremely wealthy. Particularly worrisome to counterterrorism agencies around the world is growing evidence that the collective have been recruiting a number of experienced agents, often with Black Ops expertise, to assist them. Okay. Hit back. Credit chip. We'll get to the TV here in a second. More credits. And this is how we leave. I believe when you put that on, you go outside. In Terror Firma, Task Force 29 Secret Fight Against Global Terrorism, Weekend Editorial Part 1. On the 21st of March 2028, a chain of coordinated bomb attacks exploded in unsuspecting cities and communities around the world. In that terrifying 6-hour period, up to 50 low-tech but horribly effective devices destroyed lives and terrorized humanity one after the other. Too much too late, it was the tragic reason the world finally needed. Highlighted by a press already gorging on stories of bloody terrorism, the lack of communication and cooperation between international intel gathering organizations were cited as the primary reasons for the March bombings going. The lack of communication, okay. March bombings going unprevented. Normally bound and gagged with political red tape, world leaders reached across political fences as international demand for a unified and collaborative solution aligned across the globe. See, once again, create the crisis to gain more control. See, like, I remember when the Patriot Act came out, and I was in the military at the time, I remember thinking to myself, that's not a good idea. And I was thinking, like, okay, I kind of read about what it allowed us to do, and I was like, okay, I can see how that's needed, but this needed to be passed with some kind of requirement to reauthorize it. You know what? I kind of think it was. I can't remember now. It seems like it was, and that Congress had to vote to reauthorize it, but at some point in time, it's like they just codified it or something. And I thought that was a bad move. Reached across political fences as international demand for a unified and collaborative solution aligned across the globe. In the weeks following, UN mediators urgently proposed an international cooperative force with the power to act effectively across borders. So you're seeing the rise of globalist ideals here. No flags, no borders. This again, it would depend on what lens you look at it through. If you're somebody who views, like, we need to progress far into the future. We want to travel through space, and we want to settle other planets, and we're simply not going to ever be able to do that until we unite as one global population, and we're one world of humanity cooperating together instead of a bunch of rival nations. See, that would be one take. I can understand that. I disagree with it. I think it's a naive take, but I can understand why people would lean that direction. But the other direction is, holy smokes, you got a bunch of power-hungry elitists out there who have reached the upper echelons of wealth and resource management, and this is happening all over. Like, you're getting fewer and fewer companies and more shell corporations, right? And so the world's wealth is being more and more accrued by just a handful of people. And then those handful of people want more and more control and power, and so they do things that establish reasons, or they're able to lobby in order to get things passed or events to happen that lead to more and more control on a global basis, irrespective of culture or national boundaries, cultural or national boundaries. And that's what I think is that I think that's a better explanation than the first argument. In the weeks following, UN mediators urgently proposed an international cooperative force with the power to act effectively across borders. Built upon, see, like, your nation's laws don't matter no more. The UN has authority. And this is agreed upon by the leaders of those nations. So it's not really the populations that are agreeing to this, it's the representatives, the supposed representatives of the populations. Built upon the base of the existing G18, the effort quickly expanded with 11 more willing political participants, and Task Force 29 was born. Okay. So we will be investigating whether or not that winds up being legitimate and on the up and up, or whether it's a front for some nefarious actions. Yeah, we want that. Okay. I remember there was this phase in gaming where the fact you could make everything work was it blew people's minds. Like, you could flush toilets and sinks filled up with water and that kind of stuff. All right, let's go over here. Mail. From Christian Giroux. Hey Jensen, sorry not to get back to you before this. Been buried in a sea of paperwork, and frankly, I'm surprised you're asking. I only met Miller once via the NSN. I forget what NSN stands for, they told us earlier. Seemed more than competent. He was with the Tactical Assault Group in Australia before the incident. Hell of a marksman, so they say. Don't know how he ended up overseeing the Central European office, but then I don't understand how you ended up there either. After Detroit, I figured your SWAT experience and my recommendation would get you in the door, but I thought headquarters would keep you in the States. Sure could use your insider's knowledge of AUG developers to get a handle on the black market suppliers we've been chasing down. Hate to say it, but they're giving us hell. Oh well, adapt and react, right? Anyway, not much more I can tell you about Miller. If you do put in for a transfer, let me know first. Maybe I can pull some strings. Christian Giroux. Alright. From Errolson Hugh. Adam, thank you for your detailed specifications for the trench coat. As discussed, it will be completed within 10 business days and shipped express. Sincerely, Errolson. Out of Berlin. Alright. Peter Chang, you okay? Director Miller said you'll probably come in after a good night's sleep, despite what just happened to you. I have no idea why you would do that. If it was me, TF-29 is the last place I would want to go right now. Don't let the bunker atmosphere fool you. This place is a target. We're all targets. I'm not just being paranoid here, okay? You'll understand when we talk in person. P.S. Related to the above thing we need to talk about. I changed your office password. It's now the name of the band on the shirt Arya wore that time I saw her. The one I told you about. I swear I'm not trying to be cute or cryptic. I'm trying to be safe. Chang. PSS, try running through your home smart system interface again and let me know if you're still getting that armory glitch. Latest firmware should have taken care of it. Last thing I'd want to do in your shoes is leave my apartment without bullets. Alright. Name of the band on the shirt. I can't place Arya. I can't remember who Arya is. I don't know if we're supposed to know her or not. Name of the band on the shirt Arya wore that time I saw her. Smart home. Hello, homeowner. From the menu, please select the type of setting you wish to change. I want to open and close the wall
As
panel.
you wish.
Okay, we can close that now.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, yep. Okay. So, well, I'm about to bring Seraph up. Let's close all the windows and stuff. Oh, that's doors. Yeah, never mind. All right. Is there a picture of a girl, Arya, with a band name on a t-shirt? Call Seraph.
Adam! Thanks for calling me back, son.
Seraph.
I heard about the bombing in Prague. It's all over the news. Did anyone you know get hurt?
You know me. I tend to keep to myself. I'm surprised you even know I'm here.
Interpol called me when you applied for the job, part of their extensive background checks. I gave you a glowing recommendation.
Thanks. What do you want?
What? Jeez, Adam. I know I did some questionable things in the past, but a lot's happened in the last 2 years. To both of us.
I want to keep that pressure on.
You've obviously landed on your feet, though. Unlike a lot of other people.
I've been lucky. I almost died in Panchaea waiting for the rescue teams to dig me out. And I lost a lot of time after recovering from my injuries. You went back to Detroit, you saw what happened to Seraph Industries.
I got a look at it, briefly.
Humanity was afraid of the potential we offered, and they lashed out. Broke into the building, stole what they could, and burned the rest. Those vultures at Tai Young Medical gobbled up what was left. Sometimes a dream has to die so a new one can rise from the ashes.
I think he would want to know about Megan right away.
You heard anything from Megan?
After all we went through, I thought she'd stand by me. Still, you know, she always wanted to be at the cutting edge. She didn't see a future for herself in Detroit, so she went to VersaLife.
She moved to Hong Kong?
San Francisco. They've got an offshore research facility there named Rhoades Beach. I'm sure you've seen it in the news.
California, huh? I wonder if she's told her mother.
You want my advice, son? Write her out of your life, because I'm damn sure she's written us out of hers.
Okay. Frank.
You talked to Pritchard lately?
Frank! Out of all of us, I think he's the one who's changed the least.
He'd probably tell you there wasn't anything about him that needed changing.
I'm sure he would. But when the world transforms itself the way ours has, people need to adapt or get left behind. Frank's freelance now, but he's still in computer security, still in Detroit. I don't know if he'll ever leave.
Your message said you were going to London. Casual trip? Or is this tied to the new dream?
I'm, meeting with the Santo Group, Nathaniel Brown and his investors.
Santo? They built the Udalek complex, the Og Ghetto, here in Prague. Why are you meeting with them?
Brown's got big plans. He wants to focus on real solutions, ideas that look to the future. You've heard of the Safe Harbor Initiative?
I've heard of Rabia, the walled city he and his company are building in the desert for Augs.
Rabia's just a part of it. We're talking about self-sustaining, energy-efficient arcologies that can be replicated anywhere on Earth. Cities built by the augmented, for the augmented.
Where the dream of self-controlled human evolution lives on.
It may not seem like it right now, son, but one day, people will move on from the incident. And when that happens, we'll be ready for it. I'm glad we caught up, Adam. I've always tried to look out for you, you know. That bombing yesterday.
You didn't call to talk about the bombing. Just ask.
It's nothing, really. I just need a signature so I can finish filing the bankruptcy paperwork.
You need my signature?
Yeah, apparently there was some kind of bureaucratic mix-up caused by you being declared legally dead for a year. The apartment in Detroit was leased in your name even though we paid for it.
Fine. Send me the paperwork.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it, really.
Goodbye, Seraph.
Okay. That was an interesting discussion on the cities. I could see both sides of that too. I don't know which way I would fall on it. On the one side, it's openly segregating society. Do we want to open that can of worms again? But on the other side, it's giving a population a chance to really, I guess, go to their highest points without I guess the fear that's embedded in the rest of the population holding them back, I suppose. I guess that's what it would be. And so what it creates is a testing case where they can prove themselves, talking about the augmented, and they can prove whether or not this works or not and show the rest of the world, right? Everything in the world runs off credibility. That's just kind of how it works. What you see in court cases where there's this, it's a chess match that basically revolves around building credit and building credibility with the jury and your witnesses and stuff. And the other side is trying to undermine the credibility. And the winner is whoever holds the more credibility with the jury. That's the way that pretty much all of life and its relationships work, it seems to me. It's just always a constant back and forth between credibility or not credibility. Do I trust you or do I not trust you? And so therefore, if you have people that are skeptical of you, right, not so much even speaking individually, if you are part of a people group that for various reasons, society is like, holy smokes, you better keep an eye open for those people, right? And then society may have legitimate reasons for that. You always have to be able to look at things from other people's perspective. Then what you're looking for is a platform to prove either you as a group of people, or sometimes it's more like you as an individual are not what society is thinking. But it's on you to prove it because of circumstances. Is that fair? Nothing is fair, you know? But that's just kind of how things seem to work, because ultimately people need to protect themselves. And you don't protect yourself by trusting everybody out there blindly. You look for trends. So anyway, I hope that you guys followed that, because that question about the 15-minute cities, that question about the augmented cities made me really kind of wonder. Okay, We have been streaming for 45 minutes. I think this is where we're going to close it off for today because it's been 45 minutes. This stream was a little bit unusual. Everything stayed up on YouTube and Twitch. I had originally intended to just go through this and then get outside, and that's where I was going to turn Twitch off and YouTube. Trying to think of... Yeah. Okay, actually, this is the way that I want to do it. Okay, so we will stop it here, and then next Tuesday we'll be streaming again. We'll go outside, and that's probably where I'm going to turn Twitch and YouTube off pretty quickly. But for this time around, this is a good save point. So, create new save. And hopefully the video went well. As far as like it's not choppy online, but if it is, then I'll go back and I'll re-record. Hey, Stop Graham, thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I will see you in the next episode where this story continues.